began drawing as a kid. I was always sketching. Growing up, I was always influenced by my uncles because they were constantly designing and constantly drawing and painting. Heiltsuk. My name is Paul Windsor. I was born and raised in Kitimat, British Columbia, which is Haisla territory, and I'm also Heiltsuk, which is Bella Bella, Waglisla, and that's on my grandfather's side, and my mother's side is Haisla. When I realized the potential and the value of being connected to the lands and understanding nature and myself within it, then that's when I became a true artist. That's when I truly found the key to that inspiration. There's a lot of places where you'll find spirit, where you'll find magic, and just sitting there and letting yourself be one with these places and the surrounding elements of it, the eagles, the ulikin, the salmon, all of the plant life and all the energy that comes from the natural elements is probably the greatest inspiration, besides needing to be part of the continuation of the culture. Not just for resistance and resilience from what our people have gone through and survived through, but on a more positive scale, on a more positive note. And I find no better way than creating positive imagery and putting that energy, finding that a lot of good came from the survival. A lot of good came from the people that sacrificed, put a lot of soul and a lot of spirit, created new dances, scrapped whatever they could from what was left over after assimilation and colonialism, and as far back as you want to trace into history. Basically all we have is right now, and we can draw on the negative of the past or we can draw on the positive of the past, and sometimes we have to draw on the negative because it's a process and we have to go through that, but I prefer to draw on the positive, literally draw on the positive. Growing up, when you had no sense of who you were and where you were going, and there was a lack of communication between generations, we had to bridge that gap. So knowing that that part of my role is essential in bridging that gap is what really motivates me. My commercialization of my work and finding a market for it or a niche for it was just basically reliant on having to pay the rent in order just to continue to do what I do and to do what I love to do. And I've often had to stop what I love to do and just find and work in construction and in roofing and different things, different professions. It was hard to stay too long at my job. The minute that I found an opportunity to get back to my artwork, I was back at it. So basically, the commercialization is necessary for artists. We can eat traditional foods, but we got to travel. We have to study and pay rent. It's a great honor because it's bringing people together, and it really opened up a lot of the world to see what we do. So through their outlet, I was able to not only share my work, but also make some money just to continue on with my profession. The painting is just one element of our culture, and it links to the songs, it links to the dance, it links to a language that is threatened to die out, but people aren't going to allow it to die out. So the artwork links to the language, and I think that they can't be separated, or they shouldn't be separated. And as much as they are, whether commercialized or not, they still have to hold their integrity that relates to Haisla Kala, the Haisla language.